Hello, and I am back again. I feel like I need like an intro. Like I don't know. I've not got one, but in time. So I'm here today and I'm looking like I've just posted another video where I'm looking like I feel like I'm looking a little bit festive, and now I'm looking really miserable. I've got a hoodie on and it says in memory of when I cared. I don't know if you can see it. It's just really comfy. I got it off a website called Shein. I am obsessed with this website. Shein, it just appeared on on my I was like scrolling down Facebook and it appeared on one of my like ad thingies, and I clicked on it, and they do everything. They do shoes, jewelry, they do jumpers, they do like dresses and t-shirts and going out t-shirts and skirts. They do everything, and I hope that they're more well known than I think they are, because the quality of their clothes is unreal. I've got a few of the t-shirts and another jumper on the way from them, and they are amazing. Like, I can't express enough. I know, like, this is not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored, but they're amazing. They honestly, if I could live in just their clothes, if I could throw away my wardrobe and live in their clothes, I would. So yeah, maybe it looks depressing, but it's comfy. So thanks, Shein. Right, today's video is basically, because I do nothing other than talk about my dog, it's going to be about how we ended up with Bella. Now, it's kind of sad and kind of happy. There is a story, I wasn't going to tell it, but there is a story before Bella, and then there's a story of Bella. So I'm going to tell both, because I just feel like it needs to be done, and I kind of want to pay my respects. It sounds silly, but you'll understand in a minute. So let's get started. This is like a story time. So this is really new. At the beginning of this year, I think it was 8th of March. My mum came to me because basically I've grown up with dogs my entire life. We've had a Dalmatian, we've had a collie, we've had a collie cross, and a Shih Tzu, and we have the collie and the collie. No, we have the collie cross and the Shih Tzu now. Our other collie passed away recently just because she was old. I think she was 15 or 16. And the Dalmatian, we had to give her away just because there was a few complications with her. Like, we didn't want to, but she kind of had a thing for biting people. And we got, somebody did report us, and they said that they either put her down or we can try and rehome her, because then it sort of like starts again for her and her like strikes are taken away. So we thought the best thing for her to do and the safest thing for her to do was to be rehomed, and she was. And she went to a lovely family, and they take just as good care of her as we did. So anyway, my mum came to me on March, and she said, for your birthday, we would really like to get you a puppy. And now I'm already emotional. I freaked out because all I've ever wanted since living away from home is a puppy. I mean, I have a boyfriend, but just to have a puppy as well on top, I mean, I know they're a lot of work, but they are everything. They're a little friend, they become part of the family, and they're just the best thing in the world. So we picked this puppy together. She was a poodle crossed with a terrier, and she was the most gorgeous thing. Basically, we went to this little farm, and there wasn't just her, there was another boy, another girl, and then the mum, and she was the little white one, and she came to me, and we cuddled, and I picked her, and I called her Peaches, and I fell in love with her. She was so good from the start. She slept through the night. She'd go on all her like little pee pads. We had a good routine, and she was everything that I could ever want and more. And one day, my boyfriend and I were on the way to his family's for a barbecue, and we actually didn't have Peaches on the lead a lot because she was so obedient, and usually like she never left our sides. It was really like she never ever strayed from us. She was always very loyal. And we were in our car park, and it's very quiet there, but we lived on the front, on like a seafront, and we looked away for a minute, and by the time we looked back, she had gone underneath a car. this couple is so sad. This couple went over to her, and we were like so in shock, and before like we could act on anything, like he told us that she had passed away. I can't even edit. She was 3 months old. And she meant the entire world to me. I felt so stupid that I didn't put her lead on her, and I seriously learnt my lesson. And I think about her every single day. I think about Peaches, and I hate myself for the mistake I made, and I will never forgive myself. Even though people say that accidents happen, and the person who did hit her wasn't nasty, it didn't have time to stop. She went under his back wheel. So we picked her up and we took her to the vet and we got her cremated, and we miss her every single day. And to those who don't have dogs, I don't think you'll understand like the love that you can feel for your dog. She was everything to me, and I was going through some hard times as well, and we were just going through a bit of like crap, and she was just the one who would always put smiles on our faces and get us through. Anyway, so she passed away, and she passed away on a Saturday, and then I think we literally just spent the whole day crying, and it was awful, and we were so broken and so sad. And we went around to my parents on the Sunday, and my dad turned to me and he said, I know that you'll never ever find anybody, any dog like Peaches, but I think that you need to go out and get a puppy. And it sounds ridiculous because, like, yes, your dog just died, and if you loved it so much, then how could you replace her? Well, we didn't replace her. We went out and we found these puppies online, and they were little Pomeranian puppies, and we said to ourselves, like, do we want to do this again? Can we like bring ourselves to do it again? What if the same thing happened? And then we would never forgive ourselves ever. But my parents said that we really, really need to, like, even though she won't be the same, she'll be a new life, and she will probably, or he will help us to move on, and she or he will bring us all the joy in the world, because all a puppy knows to do is love you. So we went to look at these puppies, and we on the drive, because it was like a half an hour drive, we weren't really sure, and we were saying to ourselves, like, is this wrong, and are people going to judge us for it, which sounds stupid, but like to us we were like, well, this awful thing has just happened, and yet there we are, like, moving on the next day, like we don't care. And we saw these puppies, and we went, and there was 5 of them running around. We saw the mum and the dad, and we told the lady what had happened, and she said that we could just sit and play with them and just take our time, and if we didn't end up getting one, then we didn't have to, like, there was no big deal, there was no rush, there was no pressure. So we sat there, and this little white fluffy one came bounding up to us, and she wouldn't leave us alone, and she just wanted to play and cuddle, and all I could think of is how much she reminded me of Peaches. And we said that we really wanted a dog that didn't remind us of Peaches. And I guess, like, obviously she wasn't the same. She was a little bit different. She wasn't as obedient. She was a little bit cheeky. And something about her just caught our hearts. We went outside for like a minute, and we said to each other, like, you know what? Let's just do this, because I think that she will make us really happy. And so we went inside and we paid the lady, and next thing you know, we were on our way home with a new puppy, and we kind of couldn't believe it. We were in shock, and it was weird and it was crazy, and we were so like sad because we shouldn't have been in the car coming home with a new puppy. We should have been with Peaches, and it was all like a jumble of mixed emotions. Anyway, we got home and we let her like run around and sniff, and we introduced her to the cats, and all she did was she was just so happy. And because she was so tiny, I think she was so tiny. They're tiny when they're babies, little Pomeranians. She's just so fluffy, and she couldn't get on the bed because we had a really tall bed, so we all slept on the floor with her, and we took a day off work, I think, and we just absolutely adored her more than anything. Like, obviously not Peaches, but we adored her equally. And we decided to call her Bella, because we just thought that it was really pretty, and we loved her, and we refer to her as Peach's sister, not as some sort of replacement or anything like that. Bella was, how we see it, Bella was always going to be in our family. Whether Peaches was there or not, they were going to be sisters if she was there, and if Peaches wasn't there, then Bella was going to. So we always say to Bella, like, just remember, like, your sister, she loves you, and yes, she's not here and you didn't meet her, but she was just a big part of our family as you are. And I sound crazy right now, I do, but if you have a dog, you'll understand. So yeah, we brought her home, and she was crazy, and we seem to always pick the crazy ones. So this little ball of fluff was running around and eating our hair and just absolutely like going mental. And because when they're babies, they're not allowed out for a couple of weeks because they have to have like all their injections and stuff. And she was crazy, and we stopped for a minute, and we were like, oh god, like, have we made the right decision? Because Peaches was so like placid, and like she just snuggled and didn't want to do anything, and Bella's like running around crazy, and we were like, oh no, oh god, like we picked one, we picked a mental one, and like, what are we gonna do? And then I told myself, like, you know what, when they get to 8 months old, which, you know, it seemed like a mile away, they settle, and they do. And we stuck it out, and it was sad and it was happy, but we loved her. And do you know, my dad was really right, because it didn't make us forget about Peaches, but she really like stopped a little bit of the sadness. Like, I'm still sad now. I can't really tell anybody the story because it breaks my heart every day. I wish she was here. So yes, and, you know, touch wood, fingers crossed, hand on heart, nothing has happened to Bella. She is 8 months old, I think. Wait, she's 10 months. She's 10 months old, and she's going to be 1 next year. Oh wait, maybe she's 9 months old. Either way, she's going to be 1 next year, and she's healthy, and she's happy, and she's beautiful, and she reminds us every day of Peaches, but in a really good way. And I'm so happy that we got her when we did, because she has healed me and she's healed my partner, and she does nothing but just and now she is 9 months old or 10 months old. She has settled down an awful lot. I mean, she still has her crazy moments, but she is still a baby. She's good on her walks. We keep her on her lead 100% of the time, apart from if she's in a garden. And then besides that, she's just really good. So, I mean, all in all, like, it's ended up a happy ending, but every day I really wish that Peaches was here. And I'm glad that I've finally been able to tell that story, despite maybe almost crying. Like, it could have been disastrous. I only shed a tear. Yeah, I feel like this is the rawest thing I've ever done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end this video right here, because this was the story time. And my next video, I don't know if I'll do it today or tomorrow, but it will be about, like, when you get your puppy, and like what you need to do and what I think that you need, and what we've done and how we've raised her, because it sucks. We didn't get that opportunity with Peaches. We only got a month in and then she was gone, so our chance to raise her and make her wonderful and amazing, it was short. So, but you know, people say that things happen for a reason, and even though like I don't believe that all the time, and this should never ever have happened, I kind of get that our reason was maybe to have Bella. I don't know. But yes, we miss Peaches every day, and the only like positive thing that kind of like has like my partner's brother, his fiance really wanted a dog, and funnily enough they got a poodle, a miniature poodle, and when they brought her round to see everybody, she was she was the spit of Peaches. And see, I'm so happy, so I don't know why I'm sad. She looked just like her, and for a minute it felt like she was back. And their dog's called Sandy, and I love her more than anything in the world, alongside with Bella. And for me, it feels like Peaches is living on through her, and Sandy is, oh my god, Sandy has the same kind of temperament as Peaches, and is the same way as her, and she's beautiful. And I know she isn't Peaches, but it's nice to feel like she's still with me in some way. Oh my god. Oh, I sound stupid. I'm ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, I don't have any sort of like moral, but if you did like it, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Sorry about the crying, and also please, oh god, please don't forget to subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and who knows, like if I do well, maybe I can eventually afford to go back to Peaches breeder, because she is a very like, she's a good breeder, and they're not like farm puppies or whatever, farm male puppies. They're beautiful dogs, and one day, maybe one day I can go back to her and get another dog just like Peachy. I don't know. Maybe get a sister for Bella. Anyway, I'm going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.